tertiary institution be a government tertiary.
Government, private income.
Private income, a government tertiary, I say free education, a government tertiary. And say or say or no abino, or who say a to empempino. First, say about room and I
one year the power, one year to
would you come room after the Canada? Why wouldn't come first already? First which year into government and they say, which year first year, I'm obia. Every first year, honomono. Now fed the old pa, no I could just students loan. And I say, oh yeah, campaign, you're not for oh, wait there.
Going to mean yet.
Oh, to mean yet.
Send and send my lunch 24-hour economy.
Into my imagine so much me yet. Am I MP phone crackers? Oh, wait there. A political gimmicks. Into before say or better na konyaso. Ya two about we before so better na konyaso. Na ebi edi kan kochia. Into nana ya wa na hu so. Students na boss he na mo ye de na separate ko bisa ya mo say musika a omudi country a ya Mahama ya de. San de omudi abro.
Mo aje won de tutua be 1 million wa send wa de back.
1,000 poly back 15. Where the 15,000 nipa be group men share nya de be ko. Into 15,000 de almost haka omo de. Omo sanya kan obi aso de be de. Ebeba. Into no we policy ya nti bi da. Into na be ya o no ogene emebu no ho. Egene ye kan say ye education ho de. E wo say ye de ya inimisa aban no be mistakes. But me no e na be correct. Nkura Ghana youth no etu kwan e de kwa ye Dubai. Me fa ne say for example Dubai say. Dubai omo ni natural resources ah. Dubai ni natural resources. But we ye natural resources. Na Mahama ye say that bio say Dubai any natural resources ah. E de ba de na ma Dubai. E kon kan.
Ni petu kwa kwa.
Trade. E ka say trade atomamento. Ye kan say adeton e na ma Dubai e gina ne naso. Enti say Dubai etimi agina ne naso without natural resources. Ama ene me no etimi tu kwan ko Dubai I didn't know ye ntimi nye. Ebe ye one week ejuma baako ebe run shift me ensa na run shift me ensa ne say there will pharmacy no na ejuma na owo no se nipa baako na owo ejuma mu ho no ma me fan say no pa M5 no wapon ebe run 3 shift.
Okay,
sa 3 shift no obi be ba ye ejuma from sa no pa 8 no to 12 and now 1 na wapon that second shift na ye wia no ono so be gigina mu a M11 and 12 ahomache no no so apon that night until the next day enti so pe edru ato ahomache 2 kra obekọ no na 9 shift no ti ase enti John Mahama say enye nhye enti ayesa na nipa baako na oye adwuma no you will be forced to add 2 or 3 people.
Okay,
na akwete say enti e bia o de application akoto ache na afi de ono no arane da 24-hour economy na neche say omo do application beto no be make sure so be de obefa application from and at the end of the day no say light bill they will provide them with special meters it will read a little lesser earlier meter na e reading normal no na yes obe kate da electricity cost light so obe kate cost.
Okay,
what you say no we chira they will make sure that ebia so you obi a wo kra nioma duty free. First of all, duty free, and a second tax a which you are near 50%. Now, a buy na fafa. Now, also what you have.
Ebusi ha black media, but didn't catch us say the call the eba and the debesomo. Now, we are quick, you call back, now you're hearing Makakra every ho. And one among penny, say, you know, and penny for Hoya and penny for additional Briano, Nasa Busiadian, University of Hood, what I say. First year of Wonano, I have ready, I heard the Abana, or more today, or Mufis, would you say, Mr. Andiamo? Afei. Echire busia bia wo pe no obetimi e dia momo na yin na ebe kaya ebra na wo bontoa abepre Ghana mampani no wo de sabo sei eto Ghana fo anim de titiru ne adesuafo na ebe din ka hwe video na ba ye ba the vibrant ladies me dey sadam frɛ no ye wo discussion hu do bebre be ye afa sansem ye ntwe ho ne hwe video no emfamra.
The no academic fee policy for all first year students in public tertiary institutions was a key promise to ease burden on families and expand access to higher education. My government has taken concrete steps to implement this. 452,940,012 Ghana cedis has been allocated for the payment of academic facility user fees for 156,294 first-year students in public tertiary institutions for the 2025 academic year. Get Fund has also been instructed to pay the fees directly to the tertiary institutions, ensuring timely disbursement. The No Fee Stress application portal has been developed and is now live for first-year students to register and authenticate their eligibility for this government funding. Introducing social interventions, free tertiary for persons with disability, and Mahama Cares program. We're committed to introducing vital social interventions like the free tertiary education for persons with disability and the Ghana Medical Trust, otherwise a fund otherwise called Mahama Cares. For free tertiary education for persons with disabilities, budget allocation for beneficiary students has been captured in the 2025 budget statement. The Minister for Education has made relevant data available for Get Fund so that it can prepare for the payment for this 2025-2026 academic year.
Well, Busia, me da so nya abre na o twenye o hwe mampani adu di sema na o di tudwa we etimi asabam enu a wayama enu adisuafo no hwe enije pa na ahurusi a adisuafo no mu a na efepai ababa wakwa aba
enjoso
wa ban ya ba
wa ban na
wa ban ya ba
na ya ban na
wa ban ya ba na enu a we ye mampani ensam odi tudwa ansa na obenya Ghana abenwa kase no atanso na Ghana fo bebre ebepim na yenyan hu sa policy no yenyan ntiase enti for equal details na chechire mu se de esitie.
Okay, me da mo ahwefo ase se omoje bre na wo mo introduction nyoma bia o de tudwa na entesa ebi ni se me be wo se me ma ye fa check mo ase bia na wo na
point by point
na de edi kan enye semester.
Okay,
na ochia the whole of first year.
Okay, afi ba ko de
afi ba ko say first year stress free na all elections and as a campaign mu and all this asem ne to just say omo ko na enye tertiary institution bia government tertiary
government private
income government tertiary as free education government tertiary na say o say onu aban no wo hu say eto empempi no first say obewure ma na
woni e din pa wan hwe ntumi kura
nti udi kan wure ma afa de aka ne de wa woni mko abefa so yede afa so atua nti government ne say wo tua first year ama obia na every first year honom no na afa de wo pa na wa kwaji student loan
obebo mo so bosia
obebo obosia na wa yede wa kwa kwaji nti enra and on say oye campaign we na man for say we there
ontimi nye se na malanche 24 hour economy
nti oye o ma je say omutimi nye e ma MPP for no kwa ka so we there eye political gimmicks nti before say obetena akonya so ye to abawie ya before so obetena akonya so na e bie dikan kotua nti ye say ontimi ye nti omo ye obekan budget ne there omo twa budget eto ho ma omo say sa budget ye yibi e de ama sa tertiary institution enti enura na ye wo hwa na hu so students na boss he e na mo ye de na sepre ko bisa ya omo say omo sika omo di country a ye na mama ye de asan de omo de abro
omo age won de tutua be 1 million wasan wa de back
and at the end of the day no statistics nature say 15,000 students 15,000 enye ba akonye mienu 15,000 poly ba ko 15 where the 15,000 nipa be group menhia nya de be ko it's 15,000 de omo saka omo de omo sanya nkan no obi aso de be de ebeba nti no we policy ayanti bi da Ghana since
nya nti bi ayati bi nti ate
ebi ni de
say yente da enye si bi ayati
nti ayati bi nti na baya owo no ogene emebu no ho egene ye ka ne say education ho de e wo say ye de ye nim say aban no be mistakes but me no e na be correct no what I say aban be mistakes me no na wo say correct no enti no ampa first year for omo a omo di country a no omo ayi omo saka omo de e na omo a omo afuna omo kom sika no krampo de omo de ama omo dada sika ne di omo settle university for no sika ne atwa omo dada enti no omo mmeko first year ne de me gidi say stress bi anim enu nti na friend stress free fees
okay enemy wo points bi a ye be discuss we nye fees no ko a omo atua me hu say ye be wura 24 hour economy no na nsan open ipa oda no owura gugicha no so abekyekere nsem say akuafo nyina benya benefit ene still na obekyekere mu no timemufo still come here say what's your call additional details na enipa no etimi etiase na wi abehwe industries ahodo a 24 hour economy no enso ebetimi afa
okay ye kokko 24 hour economy a ye won say de ema ana say adwene beto mampani John Dramani Mahama tirimu ne say ye wo hoyi say youth no ase come here say bebre na nya adwuma nye what you say ena se wo hwe nkuro a Ghana youth no etu kwan ede kwa ye Dubai me fa ne say for example Dubai say Dubai omo ni natural resources Dubai ni natural resources but we are natural resources na Joma Mahama ye say that bio say Dubai any natural resources de ba de na ma Dubai e konkan
ni petu kwa ko
trade e ka say trade atomamento ye ka ne say ade ton na ma Dubai ejina ne naso enti say Dubai etimi agina ne naso without natural resources ama ene me no etimi tu kwan ko Dubai ade na ye ntimi nye and at the end of the day, we are crampo yet mu say, and a youth na yenye juma nye. Ti Joma Mahama ye say fine. Munye juma nya or the policy be ba ebe engage obia. Every time bia from anopa to ahomachi obia benye juma ye. Na oye ne say, o say amanfo nhye da ntiase ye.
Asa ye ntiase ye.
24 hour kan inti me say.
Emo 7 ni ada.
Eye economy the whole day. And I say was say a conquer anytime behind
once a mampany kura what chere 24 economy chere Ghana for say enye edwumatenten akwa in the suo mu na chere say was say we are coming to work out on productivity enu mum na ehia yenye longest term say yekoda na yekokanse na do the suo na enipa ekwa adwuma
it's 24 hour economy chere say mama example me fa ne say to say production wo hoy and I say obi e wo ne pharmacy me de bia me the pharmacy na example
na pharmacy do say no ha we have about the Ghanaians are still thinking about 24 hour economy. Say how many companies that you have in Ghana?
Because all the two jan or the salary money not to jan.
Okay.
Into him, make us an example na memo. You have the pharmacy. Oh way. Me find say oh be anopa 8. Embo 5 na wapon. What I say? Obi also so embo 8 na wapon. Na 24 hour economy ni ba. Nya Mahama say wa wo de ho beji 24 hour economy ni mu no ebe ye one work ejuma baako ebe run shift me ensa na run shift me ensa ne say wo pharmacy no ana wo ejuma na wo no se nipa baako na wo ejuma mu ho no ma me fan say anopa embo 5 na wapon ebe run 3 shift
okay
sa 3 shift no obi be ba ye ejuma from sa anopa 8 no to 12 ana 1 na wapon na second shift na ye wia no ono so be gigina mu a embo 11 and 12 ahomache no so upon what I say
so who are going to pay those who are coming to work extra
free hono ma no be su aba that night until the next day enti so pe edru ato ahomache 2 kura obekọ no na 9 shift no wo ho what I say enti John man mama say enye nhye enti esa na nipa ba ko na oye adwuma no you will be forced to add 2 or 3 people
okay
na akwete say nti ebia wo application akoto ache na afi de ono no arane da 24 hour economy na neche say omo amode omo application beto ono be make sure so be de obefa omo application from na sa obi say who is going to pay them Joma Mahama says that 24 hour economy is going to be pivotal in the private sector and I yen show say me ti we me pharmacy me person me ko run 24 hour economy me ko read the criteria no eti ase e de me you can approve ma me at the end of the day they are going to supply them with some tax cuts be or see or be like tax no me fa say bia na utua 100% or chem 50% no CNP say tax you be paying 50% out of that 50% no you get something there to pay workers now obesanya mfa so ashobuto
okay
and at the end of the day no say light bill they will provide them with special meters it will read a little lesser than the normal.
I want to ask something. Say, why by say you watch it? No, na Ghanaians you wo bibi to say free bibi political talk.
And na make can let me arrive because on say we no man function anti asset. Say they will be so benye scan way. And to obe provide them with a meter. And I say especially those who are using lights more. No, we provide them with a meter. It will read a little lesser than earlier meter now a reading normal no. Nice obe check like obe cut that electricity cost light also obe cut cost
okay
what you say no we chira they'll make sure that ebia so you be a wo kra neoma duty free first of all duty free and secondly tax a wutu na e chem 50% na aban na fafa na also wutu afa
on say 24 hour economy before some company e ba launch 2nd July owura gujita no ka asem we chire Ghana for say we need 4 billion sorted in dia
yeah
and send a bit in media running and I know what I say omune foreign countries be investors akasa somna e come say 24 economy no they come to invest say be ya timemufo no yensu ye benya adwuma cause the part do we yen kan ko bi o run about this card was saying no the investment we be score there 1,000 Ghana cedis how enti oh no yes we person atia say eba say ye fa foreigners na mo be investment na sika na san ko mo anase timemufo no yeso ye ho ba kire okwa ba bia na
Dabi ye ho enchire because you wouldn't say where they are going to get the money. He has already stated say it is the banks that is going to provide the money. And don't just say kwachi bank bi agenisika. They know how they are going to get that money, that seed money. And I wouldn't say after they launch the 24 and I'm share the exact amount be a private company in the buy. After they launch no private sector discover they like embrace it. So at the end of the day we say the attracted private sector no with almost $300 to $400 in seed capital from the government and nearly 2 billion. The private capital they brought money. I'm not able to get that specific figure because now when I was coming, me try I know my phone yes. The private sector they embrace it. Until at the end of the day, when Mahama launch now, private sector no, I show interest and they are ready to contribute.
Wow.
The private sectors are ready to contribute. The foreign investors, everybody is ready to contribute.
Oh, okay, for instance, say if say the year launch 24 economy no, e be musa na se koswa. Within 3 years no, every come here say when you come to Ghana, you need stable
political party.
We ba na we akọ, we ba na we akọ, we ba no be we ba no be we. Because I quite remember say near wo levy wo ho mampani we ba oba betwam wo the full so the aba we enti e can say there be a change of government no and also
that's what yes you see the thing is that this kind of change of government into see ano menewo and I said timemufo no now we have to look at where we vote what you say come here say like said the okay and the government is making everything possible to put it in a position it is going to be a long term. It's going to be the moment it becomes a flagship program, no government can take it off.
Okay.
We're a flagship program. And a flagship programs, they cannot be taken off. And Mahama made sure say, in such a way that it is not going to be a policy for NDC, but it's a flagship program. So abanya be background po say NDC abanya na any other government be ba no e was say o maneka ho. Yes, it's a flagship program.
Like free SHS no more.
Yes, free SHS kra mayan because free SHS nyam people before they start here. They didn't start free SHS. And put them mayan ko because start here nyam we.
Yam back to ensem na yeka na.
Yanka 24-hour economy we na pay no na afi dey na me pay so. The 24-hour economy has become a flagship program. It is for Mother Ghana because it is going to create jobs. Because Mamu Chirema is going to create 1.7 million jobs for the youth. And way enye just one say before I say MPP for Ebano. A whole lot of things. Can say e-levy will create more than 1 point something. But this is something the private sectors who are going to play the key role. No? They've embraced it and they are ready to support with their money. The seed money they are ready. Say buying the 2 billion. The private sector is ready to bring the 2 billion. So they will also not sit down and say, "But the 2 billion abeshim things are running." Na abayin biaba. They have to go to the stakeholders and they'll hold a meeting, and the stakeholders reject you removing it. So are you going to act against the stakeholders to still remove it? For example, when Mahama wanted to take off e-levy and our betting tax, everybody was happy.
Oh.
Yes. So at the
how can say you are going to send money?
Yeah.
MTN are deducting some.
The government also is taking, and then they didn't tell us what they are using the money for. What I say? And it is something that private sector is not so. So the moment, because anything that John Mahama say, it is not the government which is going to play the role. The private sector is going to be the pivotal organ. Because government don't employ. It is the private sectors. Okay. Even if government employ.
Oh, but also, frankly speaking, when you come to Ghana here, who's the private sector?
Yes, so that is why this is to help the private sectors. So the private sectors, yes, is going to hold 70% of the job. And now, make us say if you get a job which is going to offer 24-hour economy, me find say bia me wo we me ejuma no pa already. Na ejuma bia ba na say 24-hour obi de no akwa and then there's vacancy. Met me akwaji e bia wia de me wia no pa na mato aso na jona mada.
Okay.
And I met me aji and wia me da na jona mato.
So you say sue Europeans na yes so
yes, so that the country can run. And people are worried about security.
Exactly.
People are worried about security. And then the security side, no, there's going to be the security is going to play a key role because it will force the government to take more security guys, and it will force the government to make sure say youth will go into more of the youth to go to the military, the security aspect because there sana say can I say
ubefia
anya ubefia mpo yes like ubefia na say adesa na say a particular company which is running 24/7 na say police barrier be mienu miensa is a header. I don't think that place will serve as a non-peaceful place.
And okay, I understand say if say private sector no omutime ebi omo nkrabatamu a ebe ma ban so otimi afadwumayefo.
Yes, because soldier for they are buying from police they are buying because me kai say 2013 14 15 when John Mahama was in power every corner be obefobia there was a police barrier. E man drivers cry complain say to police barrier and also on say omo yi police barrier free one. You see sometimes we don't see the role the police play sometimes, but sometimes also omo man nyoma eba from because there are certain people nipa body no who police are not no also.
Oh ne dey.
Yes. Oh yeah, like whoever you are because some of them
answer if you have police system now they have eye for criminals.
Yes.
Because what you say we are taking away media.
Because
they are bibi boni one.
If you go to the police website right now and you are looking at the number of crimes and I say the number of arrests it is like I say there's been some discipline in the police now because.
Are you sure?
Very sure. There's been some discipline.
But Ghanaians have doubt about the police system.
I can't say 100%.
Okay.
But there's an improvement. There's some improvement in the police sector right now. What did I say? So there's not going to be the moment people start investing into the 24-hour economy. Mahama and I said the government will be forced to take more youth into the security.
The person that can say advice be now what they about the 24-hour economy that is ongoing on.
Okay, the advice I will give to Mebunu say the 24-hour economy is a flagship program. Okay. You don't need to worry about say a buying be bar obey. Now just say buying and pay or money because han won you or Dubai they be all send. Why won't you also make it a good way only Ghana? So we shouldn't always look at the party colors. Sometimes if a party colors then we work towards the development of the nation. It can even get to a time if we are able to throw the party colors aside and then work. Ghana can become a one-party state, and then it will help a whole lot of development. Because let's take it like Ghana, Malaysia, Singapore. We all had independence the same year, and then Ghanaians cannot look at Malaysia and then
they are far from us.
And the reason being that when Malaysia became independent, they made sure they had a one-party state.
They now National Day prayer and Thanksgiving. I can't say be. Akosia de odike. Or say Ghanaians need to change their mind, not prayers.
But what?
Or say that is why your countries they are ahead of us. Every day we are praying, but still the same that you are.
You see what thing they say. Oh, yeah, I understand him in that aspect. Media, mejitum say like everything doesn't depend on prayers. Because if I say I'm going to go religious, as far as I'll be kono,
no.
So let's leave that one aside.
That is why I'm compare tribalism.
Let's leave that one aside.
Okay.
And then the National Day of Prayer didn't force anybody to go there. You understand? And then sometimes everything is not about prayer.
Okay.
But if we had followed what Singapore and others has done, by now Ghana would
be better than them.
Would have been better.
Oh.
Because we had a president who was for not only Ghana but Africa. You understand? And who was endorsed by Africans. And at the end of the day, the flagship programs and it could have happened. But it's because of mostly sometimes the youth, we don't learn, we don't read, we don't understand certain things. Me every day make us a youth policies. But try and understand politics. Mimiti way. If you knew the political issue of your party, your
according
country.
to some youth, they are saying you can fight for political party, but at the end, no positive results. That
you yourself, the one can one for positive results and actually because make us say, oh, go to Obama.
You can see some people on tracks jamming and dancing.
Oh, go to Obama. Mashebejo. Oh no, Johnny, the Obenya free no. Obit me go to Obama Mashebejo. I dare bet you Mashebejo, but not so more biojuma. Now I can say your management being in met what yaw. Meanwhile, the Juman idea massimacy, you are not qualified for it. What I say? And it is not because the party Nintino. Everything here should be about you.
Okay.
So when you are going, also have the nation in mind. Because the moment you put the self-interest,
say if 24-hour economy is now going on, you better be on function now, you say.
You are working towards the nation's development, not your personal interest.
Okay.
Because personal interest, you yes, but also think about the nation. I had to say
Ghana first.
Yes, I had to say Eduba Jina Koti. He thought about himself, about what you eat. They are not able to afford benya. And at the end of the day, all years can be shared. If you go into the initiatives with that kind of mindset, you end up also being in the same position.
Wrap up na
what I'll say is that you see the youth I always say you should be political. Doesn't mean say but be abreast with the political issue. You have to know what is going on in the parliament, what your MP is supposed to do. And I say, how am I going to know say this political party will help me? Because me if I always say that if Ghanaians knew the political history of their party, they will always know the political party to vote for. So you have to learn and know how your country came about. And at the end of the day, and you'll be never catch yourself to about my MPP and to about my NDC. So you have to learn and be involved in politics. That's all.
Ebusia haye K Black Media na kame say 24-hour economy no mampania be chichirim ama empanimfo odi ani munye so be chichirim ena na mnya rahina wa ha ye call federal duties. Message so be like, obe subscribe na wa share so e de akan ho. Me da ase.